Hey yo, what's up everybody, it's JJ. Today we're coming back with a video talking about this Gnosis, and after that from there it's about Avado as well. So this video itself, I'm going to tell you how do you set up your own Gnosis node itself and why do you want to set it up, and of course the APY that they offer is basically 21%, and of course setting up this node itself with Avado is super simple. And at the same time itself, disclaimer, Avado itself, they are running a promotion. If let's say you own one Avado node itself, they are offering to throw you one times $300 worth of this Gnosis token itself. Basically 1 GNO is free for you to run the validator on Avado itself. If let's say you purchase a device from their website itself, all the link is down below, so just use it to buy. And after that from there, I'm going to tell you how do you claim it, and after how do you set it up, and of course the requirements, everything you need to know about Gnosis over here in this video. And of course, before we jump into the topic itself, I'd like to introduce you to my Discord channel, which is linked down below as well. And of course, I'd like to introduce you to my this sponsor itself. This video itself is sponsored by the like button, so smash the like button. And of course, I would say Avado itself, they sponsored the device for me to basically do unboxing previously on this video yesterday. So if you want to, it is going to pop up above, just click on it. And right now, without further ado, we are going to basically jump into the topic itself. What is Gnosis? So smash the like button and let's go. And of course, before we jump into it, if let's say you're Avado owner itself, you can own this NFT that is basically sponsored by Avado, and of course from there you can get freebies in the future if you want to. So I'm going to link it down below as well. So right now, basically what is Gnosis? And Gnosis itself, it is one of the coin that is listed on CoinMarketCap, and you can be found on CoinMarketCap at the rank of 108. And of course, this project itself is quite old, and after that, right now one token is about around $300, I would say, plus minus. Right now, as of now that I'm looking at it, is 295 of course. And of course, if you want to round it up, just round it up, is $300. And after that, from there we can look at the all-time high itself. Okay, so over here you can see the all-time high. I mean the all-time chart itself, Gnosis is worth around 580 at the all-time high, and the all-time low itself is, I would say, maybe, let me try to find it, maybe at $15. So whoever bought it at $15 right now is like, oh man, money man. But without further ado, if let's say you do not own it like on $15, or you own it at $300, or even the peak itself, doesn't matter if you are still hodling. And after that, from there, I believe that this token might just strive higher in the future. No financial advice, but it's just my thoughts on this, because right now we have to understand that the Gnosis DAO itself is built in a decentralized infrastructure for the Ethereum ecosystem. And of course, in November 2021, both xDai itself and Gnosis DAO community voted to combine the vibrant ecosystem. So what does that mean? Is basically xDai itself, if you want to talk about the DAI token itself, it is basically the DAI stablecoin. So this is the token that basically they are mentioning. This stablecoin itself, it is stablecoin, of course, running on the crypto chain. And after that, I would say this is a truly decentralized stablecoin instead of like the centralized stablecoin like USDT, USDC, and of course the true US dollar or whatsoever. Those are more controlled, more towards the centralized entity that basically control the supply of the inflow and outflow. But over here, they do not like control any supply. This is generated like, if you want to talk about Anchor protocol, yes, it's something like the Terra network, the Luna network. From there, it's generating like some money out of somewhere, and after that, from there, this is a nutshell of what is DAI. And of course, for DAI and Gnosis, basically they are collaborating, basically combining the ecosystem. And right now you can see that the chain has been combined, and after that it is called the Gnosis Chain, beacon chain, if you want to call it that way. And after that, over here you can see the Gnosis chain itself associate execution layer of the Ethereum virtual machine chain. Basically is the compatible with Ethereum blockchain for a stable transaction. And of course, honestly, I have tried to interact with the Gnosis ecosystem. I would say the fee itself is less than a cent. So I would say this is an ecosystem that is, I would say, it's quite affordable to basically run your application on, interact with DeFi, or even if you want to do some GameFi on it, definitely it can be developed because it is compatible for the EVM, basically compatible with Ethereum chain. And after that, from there, mention has always been the center of on experimental, basically building a decentralized infrastructure on the Ethereum ecosystem. Basically, for those who are interested in the history itself, they are founded on basically 2015, and it is focused to basically building a prediction markets to enable worldwide access information. So what they're trying to do previously was like a decentralized exchange, I would call it. And after that, basically yeah, as a DAO Gnosis, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to talk about everything about it. Basically, Gnosis itself, it is a token that you can, for those who are more interested in basically earning money, I would say, they are offering a staking program slash validator program, which you will need to run a device 24/7. And of course, without Avado itself, you will need to have additional technical knowledge to install the devices. But of course, right now, we're basically going to talk about what is this Gnosis Validator all about. Alright, so over here we have basically pulled out this Dune.xyz, basically it's an analysis page over here. So we can see that currently on the network itself there is around 62,000 worth of this validator that is running, and of course about 62, yeah, basically one node is one validator itself equals one GNO token, the GNO, and after that from there, yeah, basically 72,272, and after that, a lockup is around this amount, and after the total deposit that is locked up is this amount in the US dollar. It is fluctuating, and of course this is the much more concerning part, basically what is the yield. So for those who are thinking to run this node itself, is it worth it? And after that from there, is it like, okay, should I run it or not? What is the yield that they're offering? So for GNO itself, they're offering around 21%, I would say, round it up, basically 21% APY yield on this running this validator node itself. And of course, right now we're going to dive into the technical part itself. On this part itself, the validator requirements and basically responsibilities. So for a quick run itself, to run the validator itself, you will need to have one GNO tokens, and after that from there, this one GNO token will equals to one validator. So you have to, if let's say you want to run like 32 validators in your computer itself, yes, you can do that, but of course you will need to basically create a 32 keys, which I'm going to teach you later on. And of course, for the part itself, educating you on the validator responsibility and everything is very simple. The validator deposit is a non-reversible way, and after it is a one-way transaction. So if you heard about Ethereum 2.0, yes, the same shit that is going on. So if let's say you are going to stake 32 Ethereum, you will need to basically send 32 Ethereum to this Ethereum 2.0, and after that from there you have to wait until it is claimable. So as of now, it is unknown when the availability of the claiming part itself for Ethereum 2.0. So for Gnosis itself, it's the same thing that is ongoing. It's because they are following the Ethereum concept, but of course making it much more basically much more usable slash cheap to transact, and of course fast, I would say. So over here, the validator itself, you have to understand, once you send your one GNO over, it is going to be locked up there, and after that, until the official announcement of, okay, you can claim your GNO token, and after that you can just close down your validator. It is up to you to do that, but of course running it itself is incentivizing you. So for the rewards that you generated as well, it's the same thing. You are unable to claim it until the official announcement say that, okay, we can basically start letting people to withdraw their rewards onto the chain and everything. So everything will be done. So over here, to clear the elephant in the room, basically your responsibility itself is very simple. Ensuring this node itself is up for, I would say, as high as 99% or even 90%. Because why? If let's say you are not responsible for a node itself, let's say you're running a node, and after that from there you see like, okay, my node like shut down or something like that, and you are not concerned about quickly running home or whatsoever to basically set it up and of course put the internet back or whatever. Because if let's say you are offline, basically there's a slashing that is ongoing, so they are gonna basically deduct you for your behavior that you are not validating, you are playing around. So from there, it is basically much, I would say for GNO itself, it's just one GNO, and one GNO itself is around $300, and of course Avado itself is offering it for free, and after that, if you want to, you can claim it later on. I'm going to talk about it. But of course, if let's say you are just playing around with it, you can basically get slashed until your GNO itself is worth 0. So if let's say you put in one GNO over here, I would say $300 is cheaper than running the Ethereum node. Ethereum itself, you need 32 worth of Ether, and after that, from there, 32 times $3,000 is freaking a few $100,000 to run one Ethereum node, and I would say that it is not for everybody. But of course, for Gnosis itself, it is definitely for whoever can afford the Avado. And of course, basically once you afford this Avado itself, the promotion right now is basically they'll give you one Gnosis token, which is a $300 slash off your purchase, and I would say it's a freaking good deal to get your Avado right now. So the responsibility is basically over here, you have to understand the next thing. If let's say you have multiple Avado devices that is around your house, or let's say you know how to set up the Gnosis node itself, you tend to have this, cause when you set up the node itself, they will ask you to download this validator key. And of course, if let's say you accidentally plug your keys onto two nodes, basically two devices, two computers, you have the same keys that is ongoing, you will basically get slashed as well. So for this part itself, you are responsible for the key. If let's say they've sent you the key, and after that, I mean like once you downloaded the key, you accidentally lose the key, and after that from there you accidentally send it to somebody else. Basically once the claiming period itself is available, you think about, okay, so I can claim now, so where's my key? Holy shit man, I lost the key. So that's it man, you can't get back your keys, and after that from there your Gnosis node itself is running and you're wasting electricity. So always ensure that your key itself is basically well protected in a thumb drive, or maybe I don't know, a cold storage like a thumb. Yeah, basically a thumb drive is a cold storage. So just plug it in, and of course make sure the thumb drive is not damaged or whatsoever. Put it in the safe, and of course over here you can see that yeah, this is basically what you need to know about running the Gnosis validator node. So we are just going to talk about the technical requirements. So over here the technical requirement itself for this part itself is for those who are running their nodes on their own, basically for Linux or whatsoever. So the nodes requirement, it is very simple. You need to have the minimum processing power of basically using either Linux or the Mac OS or Windows 64-bit, and of course the Intel Core of i5 or above, or AMD. Basically these are the computer specs, the hardware. Memory itself 8 GB RAM, and after that the storage itself is 20 GB of SSD. And of course basically what they recommend, the minimum is this, but of course the recommended is more than what they are telling you. So on Avado itself, you can basically purchase any of these devices and you can start running your own Gnosis, this validator itself, because the lowest tier itself, the cheapest right now, is basically $1,099. They are offering you 1 TB of SSD and of course 16 gig of RAM, and of course the recommended is basically 100 GB, which is more than enough. 16 gig of RAM, basically you have it sufficient here, and of course they are giving you a free fan if you want to, and plus on top of that, if you want to buy the device and run the Gnosis token, I would say that this 1000 itself, you will basically receive 300 for free, basically 1 Gno token, and after that from there it's gonna just save you a cost of basically you spend like $700 to run this Gnosis node itself, and of course it's gonna save you a lot of cost. So these are the hardware requirement, and of course from there the setting up of this itself. So there's a lot of instruction over here that you need to basically like, okay, the requirement, oh I need to do this sudo everything, but I have no freaking knowledge on how to use a Linux device or a Mac OS. I do not know how to do all of this, man. How can Avado help me with? I would say on Avado itself, everything you see here, all the command itself, you don't need to care about it. You just need to know how to basically transfer the token in, like how do you send the token from your xDai to the Gnosis chain, how do you obtain the GNO token on the Gnosis chain, and after that over here I'm just going to tell you that it's super easy to set it up with Avado itself, because it is a solution that they have came out with, and of course they are selling the software. I would say the hardware doesn't matter, it is the software that matters a lot, and I would say it is a very simple touch to basically set up. So I would say that this setup process is just less than 10 minutes, I can guarantee you that. And after that, right now we're going to do a step-by-step guide on Gnosis. Alright, so for the step-by-step guide itself on Avado and after the Gnosis itself, it's just 5 simple steps, I would say 6 maybe, acquiring a GNO token, which I'm going to explain it later on. So the 5 steps itself, first of all, is basically setting up your Metamask to the Gnosis chain, and of course, yes, the Metamask itself, whatever address that you're using on Metamask, if you switch it over to GNO, it is the same address because it is a Ethereum virtual machine environment. Basically, it's the EVM compatible. So over here you can see the next step is basically obtaining the GNO token, and of course installing the Gnosis beacon, and after that all the required program, and of course how do you backup, import your keys, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So right now we're going to jump into it, but of course first of all I'm just going to tell you that you do not need to care about all of this first, but I'm just going to guide you through step by step the first thing you need to do, and after that the last thing. So over here the first thing itself is getting the xDai onto Gnosis chain. So how do you do that? Okay, so for the DAI that we are talking about is basically on CoinMarketCap that is rank 18. This is the stablecoin DAI itself. On Gnosis, they use the DAI token as their main token to basically transact. So for Ethereum itself, we know that you need to have Ethereum to transact, and for Binance Smart Chain, you need to have the BNB token, and of course, if let's say you're using like some Oasis network or the Rose network itself, you need to have the Rose token, and of course, if you are using Cardano, you need to have ADA, and of course if you are using Solana, you need to have Solana's the SOL token to transact other token. So over here on Gnosis itself, they have came out with this solution that okay, why not we just transact the main currency, the main field currency is basically the DAI stablecoin. So transaction fee itself is freaking cheap, and I would say it's just peanut, less than a cent, and I love it. And of course, where is it traded? It is basically supported by almost all of the exchange that you go to. You will see the DAI exchange, but of course right now the question is, do the exchange support the Gnosis chain withdrawal? So most of the exchange that allows you to basically withdraw to the Gnosis chain itself is, I would say, literally no one. Because why? basically DAI itself is created on the Ethereum blockchain and eventually now merging onto the Gnosis chain. And of course I would say that yeah, not a lot of people support the chain itself as of now because it is still experimental slash beta. So no exchange is really like, okay, I'm just gonna obtain lots of DAI on this Gnosis chain, and after that from there I'll just wait for somebody to redraw it and of course somebody to hack it. So nobody's gonna do that. So by converting the DAI from Ethereum blockchain or the Binance Smart Chain blockchain, it is going to take some skills. So in this segment itself, we will understand how do you do it. So first of all, just obtain some DAI, whichever exchange, as long as it supports the Binance Smart Chain. Why I say the Binance Smart Chain? Because it is cheaper to interact over there rather than, yeah, basically withdrawing the DAI to the Ethereum blockchain. So for Ethereum itself, I would say you can also do it on Ethereum. So first of all, you need to head over to Omni Bridge itself. If you are using Ethereum itself, you can just do this over here. The ETH chain towards the Gnosis chain, and after that from there you can just select the token, which is DAI. So just choose whatever it is on Omni Bridge itself. And of course, for my case, I'm using the Binance Smart Chain. So give me a while to switch over. So just use the Binance Smart Chain because it is cheap. So where do I buy my DAI token itself? Simple. It is from the, what is that? From Binance, and after that from there just redraw it. So first of all, you will need to have some DAI tokens. So I would recommend you to start off with like at least 1 GNO worth, and after that I would say how much is 1 GNO worth, just use the coin market cap to determine. So just head back to GNO, and after over here we can see that currently 1 Gnosis token is worth 295. So I would recommend you to have at least 330 worth of this DAI token to withdraw it out, because first of all, the step we are going to do is simple. We are going to buy some DAI, and after that from there we are going to convert the DAI towards the Gnosis platform itself, because yeah, basically GNO itself, you can find it on other exchange, but of course withdrawing to the Gnosis chain itself, it is not possible. And after that I would say buying it through the decentralized, the DeFi exchange over there, I would say it is, yeah, is the sounder, it is basically possible because no exchange is basically allowing you to withdraw through the Gnosis chain. So I would say as of now this is the only method. So what you want to do is use this option to basically choose the BSC to the Gnosis chain, and over here it's going to tell you, alright, so this has been disabled, so you need to go to another one. So just click on it and you'll be directed to this bridge connects .network. So over here, very simple, load up some DAI token that you have on your Binance Smart Chain. So if you bought some DAI on the exchange, just withdraw it, initiate a withdraw to your own personal address. Once it is on your personal address, you will see the DAI showing up over here. So what you want to do is click on from BNB to GNO, and after that from there the DAI is going to be called xDai over there. So just select the amount of DAI that you have. So for my case itself, let's say you have 320, just imagine everything is going on. So over here you have 320 DAI and you want to convert it to the xDai on the Gnosis chain. Just click on confirm, and after that from there it's going to ask you to approve the transaction. So once you have approved the transaction, it is going to look something like that. First of all, you need to send your funds to basically confirm that you send the fund to the address first, the smart contract. So once you have fulfilled it, and after that the person that is going to give you the token itself, the decentralized thing that is ongoing, the program, the router I will call it, basically wants to sign the message first. So once it's signed, it's going to tell you to sign your own message. So over here for this part itself, you will need to have to go to this facet, I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically this is one of the chain that you can get some free Gnosis token. So over here I'm just going to tell you how to do it. Very simple, just copy your address, and after that just click on the Gnosis chain, and of course just request for a little bit of airdrop. So over here they're going to give you like maybe 0.01 or something, or 0.001 worth of Gnosis token. This is required because you need to have some of the xDai, correcting myself, you need to have xDai token on the Gnosis token to basically transact. So as already said, so over here once you already fulfill everything, the last step itself is asking you to sign the message. So when you want to sign the message itself, you will need to have some xDai token to confirm the message, because you need a transaction to fuel the transaction, and from there you can claim your token. So once you have claimed the token, it is going to be something like that. I have exchanged 794 DAI towards the Gnosis chain, and after that from there, yeah, I have some Gnosis to basically support it. So once you have your Gnosis token itself, just head over to the Gnosis chain. Where is it? basically I name it xDai. So this is the chain that you want to go to, and after that you will see the funds over there. So right now we are going to basically buy some of these GNO tokens. So what I use is basically one in exchange to head over here, select the Gnosis chain, the Gnosis chain, connect your Metamask wallet, and over here you already have xDai because you already convert it from the Binance Smart Chain to the Gnosis chain, and after that this transaction itself is just going to cost you a fee of $1 or so from your exchange, convert it to the Binance Smart Chain, from Binance Smart Chain converting it to the bridge of basically bridging it over to the Gnosis chain, and after that from there this transaction is going to cost you around $2 to $3, and after that over here now we are going to get some xDai tokens. So over here we're going to choose this over here. Very simple to do it, and after that over here we just want to know that, okay, so just put $300 because you already withdraw and everything. You will have roughly around $319 left after the transaction plus. So over here we're going to do a conversion of xDai to the Gnosis chain, and of course make sure you're on the Gnosis chain. So once you've already done this itself, you are able to swap, approve and swap. So once you've already done this, you already have some Gnosis token, the GNO token that is lying around on your wallet. So now we're going to basically jump into the Avado Gnosis setup, the Avado Gnosis Validator setup as of now. So if you want to, you can just follow their guide from step 0 to obtaining GNO token, but of course the step that they are doing is slightly different from my step itself. So my step itself requires like Binance Smart Chain, and of course everything is mostly on-chain itself, and after that over here the only on-chain part itself is converting your USDC or whatever crypto to DAI token, and from the DAI token just send it to the Binance Smart Chain, and everything is on-chain. And I would say that this requires only one identity to be done. If let's say you want your privacy, just using the Binance ecosystem, you can just withdraw everything and after that settle everything. So over here you need to do the step 1, installing this type of programs that is on the Avado itself. So for my part itself, I already installed the Gnosis the Gnosis GBC key generator, the Gnosis beacon chain, and of course the Gnosis validator. So these are the 3 programs that you need to download from the D App Store once you have your Avado device connected and everything. So you will see like 4 programs like Gnosis validator, the Gnosis beacon chain, and after that the Nethermind Gnosis, and of course the validator keys. Over here the generator, you just need to download first, second, third over here, which is on this page itself. So once you have installed itself, it is going to take a few hours to basically sync your beacon itself. So once the first one you want to download is basically the Gnosis beacon chain, because this will basically take a few hours to generate and of course sync. So once check if let's say it's sync itself, just click on the package and manage, scroll down all the way, and you will see over here they are going to tell you okay, finish applying, and after that sync new block. And of course if you want to check it out, it's very simple, just follow the guide, just scroll down. So over here they'll tell you that how do you check if let's say it's fully synced itself. It's very simple. Once it's fully synced itself, you will see this type of message, sync new block, finish applying, sync new block, but basically it's just repeating message. So for my case itself, I already seen it all, and it is telling me that it's totally synced. Over here you can see the message looks the same, sync new block, finish applying, and after that from there this is already the latest chain. And of course as of now you will need to go over to the next step, which is basically opening the Gnosis GBC key generator to create a key for yourself. So I'm going to do it live over here, which I have not done it, to basically send this one GNO token to basically that I have on the exchange. Over here you can see I have one in the wallet which I have not sent it yet, so I'm going to do it live. So what you want to do is step by step head over to your home page, click on the Gnosis GBC key generator, open it, and after that over here it's going to tell you okay, so you need to create a password. So for your case you want to just type in password. I'm just joking, use a strong one, and of course a one that you remember. So for my case I'm just going to enter the password, and after that from there the amount of keys to generate itself is totally up to you, depending on how much Gnosis you want to, basically how many validator you want to run. So remember, 1 GNO token equals 1 validator. So if let's say you are rich enough, you want to buy 500 of this, you can generate 500 of these keys. If let's say you only decide to generate 1, feel free to generate 1, and of course from there if let's say in the future you want to generate additional Gnosis like key or run the additional validator, feel free to head over back to this page and generate. So just click on generate keys itself, and over here it is going to generate, and after that from there it will ask you to download a file. So once you have downloaded this file itself, save it up properly in a hardware / a thumb drive or whatever it is. Just download the zip file with your generated keys and give it a while to load. So here I already have one key, so I'm just going to do the second one. So I'm just going to name it second. And over here, once it's done, if you open the file itself, so whichever file that you save it in, basically what you need to do is unzip the file, just open up, and you will see the page. This over here is going to show you your key store, which over here you have to access it with your password, and of course from there they also told you your password files, and of course your numeric, this 12-word seed itself is inside. So this over here, just extract it, and after that from there, once you have already extracted your files itself, it is going to show up. So once you already extracted a file over here, you will have all of this itself. You can actually delete the password if you want to. I mean, like, if you remember your password, just delete it, and of course you will have this raw file over there, a zip file. So for the numeric itself, you can actually save it somewhere else and delete away it immediately after you basically record it down on a piece of paper or something like that. And of course for the key store, you can just save it here, because on the key store itself you are required to enter the password, which I've already deleted previously. So basically you need to know what is all of this file. And for the deposit data itself, it is for you to deposit the 1 GNO token to the validator, and after that from there it will start running. So we are going to basically jump to the next step. So once I already done all of this itself, and I know that okay, I might not need this anymore, so I can just reset and wipe out keys from package and start over. So I can just do it, and it is already wiped out, so there's no validator file in the hardware in the Avado itself. So if let's say my Avado got hacked or whatsoever, I mean like, it's not possible to get hacked. So yeah, basically it is that no files is there, so the hackers can't get anything from my Avado itself. So the next step itself is to go over to download the zip file, importing the keys. So over here you need to go over to the validator package, which is on Avado. So from Avado itself, go back to home page, and after that you will see okay, we have the Gnosis Validator installed. So just click on it, and over here the disclaimer, just you have to run it 24/7. This is the disclaimer for them. Just after you have done, just click on I agree. So once you have agreed with whatever it is going to tell you okay, so this is the page itself, and of course on the wallet list you can see all of your validators. So what you want to do is head over to the, you will be redirected to this website itself, this page. Just click on wallets, and after that from that account list, and on this account list itself you will want to import the key store. So for your case itself, just click on import key store, and after that from there we can read the same thing over here, read it, and after that from there click on import. So just don't drag the file, just click on browse, select it properly, entering the password that you have selected just now previously. If you do know, you can just refer to the password.text, and after that copy paste it there, click on submit key store. Once you have submitted the key store itself, you have successfully imported the key stores, and after that right now you will need to wait for a while. So over here you will have one key store. So for my case I have two, because one of it I'm waiting for the free GNO to be sent over, and of course another one I'm gonna do it on my own. So once you already imported your key store itself, just head over back to the rich page, I mean the guide page. Just scroll down, and after that over here it's gonna tell you, before you continue you need to check the chain is fully synced. So just head over back to the validator gain loss. Over here it's gonna tell you your beacon state node, and of course it is connected and synced. So this is the page that you can see if let's say your validator is synced. So once it is synced itself, very simple, just head over to the next page, depositgnoschain.com. This page itself, just click on it, and it's gonna ask you to connect your wallet. So for my case, I'm gonna collect my Metamask, and after that let it load for a while, and after that be connected. So I'm just gonna check. So okay, xDai using my Exodus wallet. So over here I can see that okay, it's connected and I have 1 GNO, and after that right now it is asking me to upload the deposit data file, which can be found previously on the file itself, which you have basically extracted from your key store. Just browse it, and after that from there choose it properly from the folder, and after click on the deposit. And over here it is going to show you validating, and after that let it load for a while. Once it is officially processed, you will see the next page telling you to basically send the token over here. You need to basically do a signature. So I'm just going to go back. Where's the page? So over here, once it's done itself, it's going to tell you okay, it is accepted, validator deposit equals 1, total amount required which is 1, and after that from there just click on deposit. I understand, and of course understand. Click on OK. Make sure you are not being phished. So the website that I went through to get this website itself is linked on the Avado official guide itself, so they will not scam you. So just click on OK, check instruction. I'm just gonna click on OK. So over here is gonna prompt me to basically sign off, and of course during this sign off itself it is going to estimate cost you some DAI itself, but this DAI itself is super cheap. So you can see the transaction fee that is happening on the Gnosis chain itself is less than a cent. It's a fraction. I mean, like, it's nothing. Over here, just click on confirm, and of course wait for the chain to basically validate this. I would say it take around like 1 minute or so to get validated. Over here you can just click on the page itself, it will direct you to the block scout once you have entered the network properly. So it's already been confirmed, and two confirmation has been done, so waiting for the API to fetch it from the block itself. And of course 1 GNO itself, it is called 32 GNO, and of course they are building the concept of Ethereum. So why 1 GNO is equals 32 GNO itself? Because on the Ethereum blockchain you need to have 32 Ethereum to stake, so they just change the name to basically 1 GNO equals to GNO for you to transact to the validator chain itself. So the deposit has been made. So it's very simple. Now you need to basically wait for 1.5 hours to 2 hours for the validator to go live. So how do you check it? Simple. Wallet and address, click on account list. Over here, we just wait for the ETH balance to basically validate, I mean, like, get updated on your end. So I'm just going to show you the updated version, which is on the guide itself on Avado. Alright, so to check about your validator itself, you will see this page. So where do you get this page itself? It's very simple. Head back to your validator, this key store file itself, just double click it, and it's going to tell you the public key. So you can see for the pub key, it's going to be a string of codes, and after that, from there, it is going to be something like that, which is super long. And over here, it's very simple to find your validator key. Just copy the validator key from the key store file listed on the page itself. Just click on it, and after that, over here I can just show you some of the stuff that is there. Of course, do not want to show you the information that is can't be shown, so give me a while. So about around here, just open a file and you will see the key store file. Just scroll, just keep moving it leftwards or whatever itself to the right, and you will see the public key. Just copy it, and after that just paste it on the Gnosis beacon chain itself. Paste it, and you will see it basically the status of it. So it's telling me that it is deposited and it is still pending, so you will wait around 1.5 hours, and after that, once it is completed, you will just see that the validator will be showing up on your backend itself on the Avado page. Over here, the Prism web over here is going to tell you that it's active, and after that, from there you will start generating rewards. So over here right now we're going to jump into how do you get this free Gnosis validator to for free. It is limited time only, so for my knowledge itself. Alright, so for those who are looking at how many Gnosis that they are offering for free, basically you buy one device, one Avado itself, you can claim 1 GNO token for free, and which is going to worth around $300. So how many GNOs token are left? It's basically around 100 plus. So this is the chat I have with the Joes, and after that, from there I would say this is the amount that they are roughly looking at. And of course, if let's say you purchase it today and get it by, I think the device will come within a month, or if within a week itself, 1 or 2 weeks it will arrive. And yeah, basically once you got it itself, you can just claim your Gnosis token. Very simple. I'm just gonna link the page down below. So on their web itself, there is a page for you to claim. So over here, this is called the claim perks itself. Just follow the steps. It's very simple. I already went through all the steps: setting up the wallet, generating the keys, downloading the Prism this validator, and after that, from there, importing this validator keys itself. Once you've already done all of this, very simple, just scroll down, and after that, from there, just click on claim. You need to claim your deposit. Just head over to the portal.nft Avado, which I have mentioned earlier in the video. The first part, you can claim your NFT, and after that, from there, you can just send this validator drop itself over here. Just drop the deposit.data, which is the file over here. Instead of the key store, do not send the key store, do not send the generic, just send this deposit data. So once you have sent the deposit data and Avado receive this deposit data, they will start to deposit the funds to your chain itself, and after that, from there, you will just see it over there, and yeah, within 1.5 hours or something like that, it will be there. So if you want to claim it, you also can send an email too. Alright, so on the page itself, you will basically do whatever is done on the how to set up your Gnosis chain, generating the key store and everything. So once you already generated the key store file and uploaded your imported basically your key store file onto the chain itself on your this Prism Gnosis Validator.myavado page itself. So you already imported your keys, just send the data file itself towards either the website. If not, send it to burn@avado.ag. Just send an email over there, and after that, from there, you can just claim your free and one Gnosis chain itself. And I would say that over here it is basically the end of the video. So I know this video is a heck long one, but of course to fully understand what you're getting into, I believe that the information has to be as detailed as possible. So if let's say I miss out any details, feel free to basically contact me through my Telegram or my Discord channel, and after that from there I wish that I can help you with whatever it is. And of course you have to understand I'm not always available 24/7, but once I'm available I will reply your text. If let's say on Telegram I miss it out, just go over to Discord and of course do me a DM or something like that, and I will do my best to reply you and assist you with your cases. And of course I have come to the end of the video. If you like the video, kindly hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and turn on post notification, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye, peace.